I'm Bob Hasegawa, your state representative for the 11th Legislative District, and we're going to do our fourth video tour of the 11th District today. So today we'll be focusing on the small business climate throughout the district. So we'll be touring around through some restaurants and bookstores and a couple other places. So I hope you find it interesting, and I expect to learn a little bit about what we can do to help improve the climate for small businesses. So come along with us. We're here with Peter Buza, who owns a Hawaiian restaurant in the Georgetown area.
You know, over the past 18 years, we've been really lucky because of our clientele. At the time when I came here in '93, we were the only authentic Hawaiian restaurant at that time. So we've grew our clientele by word of mouth. We hardly do any advertising. I haven't suffered as much as other people because I've seen businesses come and go in my 18 years, but I'm still here. And that's because of my customer base. And they keep me going.
Great.
Our busiest time is from 11 to 2:30, which most people
So you cater mostly to the working crowd and lunch crowd.
Right. And we try to keep our prices where people can afford to eat at least twice or 3 times a week here. Instead of bringing lunch from home, you know, they can come in here. Afford to spend their money.
I know, you got really reasonable prices, and the food is fabulous too. So Peter, what's your most popular dish here?
Being from Hawaii and serving Hawaiian food, our most popular is a kalua pork. Kalua means oven steamed or baked. They usually do it in the ground. We have to do it in our oven. And it's pulled pork with a smoky flavor. And it's mixed with cabbage, so it's a kalua cabbage dish. That everybody orders.
I know, it's fabulous. That's what I get every time I come down here too, but that's different from the kalua liqueur, right?
Right. It's not
to be confused,
Well,
and you were saying something about the artwork is all given to you. You're in Georgetown here, and that is sort of the center of a new growing art culture.
Yes,
down
it is.
Here.
Almost everything in here was given to me by my customers over 18 years. And that scaled version of the hokulea was given to me by a wood carver who lives up in Renton. He gave it to me because he said he appreciates somebody who appreciates the Hawaiian culture.
That's great.
Which is what our food does. When I first started 18 years ago, I had to get a small business loan, but that's from the federal government, SBA loan. And it really helped me out. I didn't have enough money to start when I first came from Hawaii. I came with nothing. Just a shirt on my back, 2 suitcases.
Good for you.
And then somebody from Hawaii loaned me money. But I needed more to start here. And the Small Business Association with a bank that helped me out and a realtor, without their help, I wouldn't be here.
Oh, a real success story. So Scott, tell us about yourself now. You've been in Georgetown for a little while, huh? And you own that very cool bar just right next door here.
Well, I've been here 11 years. The bar's been open 10 years. And I just built this diner right next door to it. It actually connects. We've never really had food over there. Now we're expanding. We're building a 24-hour diner. We should open in a couple of weeks.
That's really exciting. Yeah, this whole area is really building up.
Yeah, when we came down here 11 years ago, there was just us. And then All City Coffee opened, Stella's opened, we opened, and then a whole bunch of other places opened.
And you got a great location. It's right here on Airport Way, so there's a lot of traffic going through here. And you got parking right in front, so it's a good thing. So what are some of the obstacles as a small business owner? You know, if you're going to prioritize them, give me your top couple.
I mean, money. You got a lot more money than you think you need. Time. Every delay that happens with a contractor or with permits or anything like that, that just adds thousands of dollars to the cost because, you know, you're still paying rent no matter what. And, you know, usually landlords give you a little break up front on, you know, rent stuff. But, you know, this has already been, it's almost taken a year to get to this far. I mean, in June, I'll have had this space for a year and we're just about to open. So we'll open just under a year. And then it took me a year and 2 months to get that open. And I have another place in South Park. It took me a year exactly to get open.
So just the length of time to get permits and that sort of thing.
This particular place is 24 hours. So we have 40 employees and that's part-time. That's a lot of employees. So I'm actually jumping from having 9 employees to almost 50 employees. That's scary,
Wow. That is scary, but it's great for the economy.
We had our first employee meeting the other day, and they were all here, and I'm like, wow, there's 1 week in 1 hour, our wages. So. But
Yeah, and you know, small business owners like yourselves employ some phenomenal percentage. I think it's like 80% of all the workers in the state.
And the thing about bars and restaurants, they're actually, you know, with the tip industry and everything, I don't, you know, whatever people think about that, they're living wages. People make enough to like buy cars, buy houses. They're actual jobs.
So Scott, thank you so much. You know, I'm really excited about the prospects of having a 24-hour joint to come on down to that's close to my home. So
hope to see you.
Yeah, this is really a cool looking facility too. It's really shaping up. So good luck.
Thanks for stopping by.
I'm with Cherie Saburi, who owns a children's toy store here in the Renton Landing. And what a beautiful facility.
Thank you very much. It was a lot of fun building it.
So how do you feel about the prospects for owning a small business right now, and why did you decide to get into it?
So prospects can be challenging, obviously, with the economy being what it is, but I felt like there was just a need that needed to happen here in Renton. So my background's in education. I started doing a lot of the sales online and saw that a lot of times when it came to educational needs, people needed a tactile environment, so where they were able to touch and feel and experience the toys themselves. So I took all of my knowledge of my background's education, took all that information on how we could make great educational developmental toys. Just really seeing that there wasn't a lot in Renton, I wanted to provide something for the community here that will be sustainable. We wouldn't have to drive to Bellevue, we wouldn't have to drive all the way over to Seattle.
One thing I've discovered about toy store owners is that their core passion is about education.
Absolutely.
That's really fabulous.
Absolutely. We have to keep educating our kids because without it, I mean, where are we going to be in 10 years from now?
Great. So how did you feel about the news that Boeing's going to build this new MAX down here, 737 MAX?
You know, it's been awesome having Boeing. They are such a great asset to our community and to the whole state in itself. They're always here, obviously shopping and doing the things that they need to do. So it's been great having them here.
That's great. So what kind of obstacles did you face, or did you have obstacles when you were trying to set this new store up?
I just think due to the economy and just due to the banking industry alone, what we're finding is that there's a lot of banks that are not loaning to small businesses, and that's been a huge hurdle for a lot of us in that regard because of what they ask of you and what they're saying that you can and cannot do, and it really hinders a lot of it. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of empty spaces here next to me because those are for small businesses, and those small businesses are probably having a hard time finding, you know, lenders to give them the money to get into it. So unless banks decide to, you know, do something different for small businesses, I think it's really going to impact.
Yeah, you know, I've heard that it's been a common theme that access to credit has been a huge barrier for small businesses. So is there anything you'd like to tell us about the store here?
To the left of us is the movie theater, and to the right of us is the parking garage, and that's where people park. Unfortunately, there's no parking directly in front of us, so people are required to park next door. It requires access for people when they pass by because they're usually headed to the theater to get foot traffic in and for people to understand that I am here. It became a challenge also with square footage as far as how much I was able to afford. So yes, happening in a different location would be ideal, but the reality of it is would I be able to afford the rent every month having a larger square footage? So we tried to optimize by having more window space, but yet a space that was within a frame that we could, you know, be productive and still have what we needed within the store. So
well, sounds like a real smart decision, and it's a beautiful facility.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming down.
Sure.
Check it out.
Thanks, Cherie. We're with Daisha Hansen here in downtown Renton, who owns a little bookstore here on Wells Avenue. Can you tell us a little bit about your bookstore?
Yeah, we've been open for 2 years, and it's an exchange, so people can bring in books and then swap out for others. Our primary goals are basically to provide really low-cost literature to the community and kind of get the community involved in trading literature back and forth. And also, we try to be involved in local environmental stewardship causes as well.
Great. Being close to the Cedar River, I guess that's pretty important to you.
It's very important. I also live on the Cedar River, and our primary benefactor right now is Friends of the Cedar River Watershed.
Awesome. So you've been in business for about 2 years. So how has the business climate changed, if any?
You know, I'd like to think that it's getting better. I would. I'm shocked every day that this place pays for itself. So I think that from the very start we've been doing better than I could have expected.
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah, and it's just a really friendly environment. Everybody knows everybody else. And Renton is like, it's like a great small town. It's very Mayberry, but at the same time, it's also I think I always say Renton is one of the coolest, hippest, upcoming neighborhoods in Seattle.
Oh, great.
It's the next Columbia City.
Cool.
Yeah.
So when you were trying to start up, what were some of the barriers that you were facing?
It was just about finding a space that fit my budget. As a bookstore, I have some unique needs. I need a lot of wall space and not a lot of windows. And it was difficult to find the exact space I wanted. I probably would have started out in something a little smaller than this, but I'm glad that I have the space that I have now. So.
Yeah, it's a beautiful reading area right here.
Exactly. Yeah, and I love being in this great historic building too, and in this historic part of downtown as well. So.
Yeah, this is really a growing part of the state, actually.
Definitely, and I feel like the renaissance that Renton has been experiencing in fits and starts for the last 15 years is really starting to take hold. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool. That's great. Well, continued success to you and your business. So thanks for sharing with us.
Yeah,
Daisha.
thank you.
We're here now with Jose Marquez at a pasteria down here in the South Park district. What are some of the favorite products for the local customers?
For most of the Mexican people, the bread that they buy is the concha. This little round cinnamon bread that it has pastry on top. We make almost 200 of this bread every day. Wow. This is a popular bread that the Mexican people buy.
Wow.
And the second bread that the people buy is this jalapeno bread.
Jalapeno bread?
Yeah.
Ooh,
it has like jalapeno and cheese in the middle. This is one of the second breads that a lot of people buy.
That sounds like a meal by itself.
Yeah, like a sandwich prepared with cheese and jalapeno in the middle.
Wow. Great. So how long has this business been here?
This business is almost 4 years already open.
4 years?
Yeah.
And how is business doing right now?
Oh, it's doing good.
Good.
It affects a little bit because of the bridge.
Because the bridge is closed.
Yeah, because of the bridge, but it's still, a lot of people still coming right here. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, and the bridge, you know, we were finally able to get some money to rebuild it now so people will have access back to South Park.
Yeah.
From the other side of the Duwamish River.
Yeah, I think that would be real good for our business because a lot of people would start coming over here.
Yeah,
again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we got 2 bakeries already. We got one right here and we got the other one in Kent. I'm the one who take care of the other business most of the time over there.
And so how has it been to run a business in this type of an economy for you?
It's not too, how I can say, it's not too hard because the bread is almost, it's a good price. So most of the people look for the good price and that's why they come, I think. I think it's,
and bread is one of those things people are always going to buy.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. Thanks so much for sharing some of your experiences with us. I appreciate that.
No problem.
So I hope you enjoyed our video tour of the 11th District here today and maybe learned a little bit about the business climate. I know that I did. I think that we can take some of the lessons learned. You know, there was conversations about needing to create more jobs so the more people have disposable income that they could spend in the restaurants. I know that access to credit became one of the issues. So I'll be taking this and processing it, but I will also be holding one of my annual small business roundtables. So if you'd like to get on the email list to find out about that roundtable that will happen sometime later this summer, send me an email message and I'll add you to my list. Again, I'm Bob Hasegawa, your state representative for the 11th Legislative District, and it's been another fun tour. Thanks for joining us.